Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. I am Najah Musa and I will be discussing some three of the problems from our first quiz on responsibility accounting. So for the first problem, we have the bowl department of Honesty Corp produces a small bowl that is used by various companies as a component part in their products. Honesty Corp operates its divisions as autonomous units, giving its divisional manager great discretion in pricing and other decisions. Each division is expected to generate a rate of return of at least 14% on its operating assets, has an average operating assets of 700,000 pesos, sold for 5 pesos each, variable costs are 3 pesos per bowl, and fixed cost total 462,000 per year. The division has a capacity of 300,000 units. How many valves must the bowl department sell each year to generate the desired rate of return on its assets? So we have the following given from this problem. An ROI of 14%, operating assets 700,000, selling price 5 pesos, variable cost 3 pesos, and 462,000 pesos of fixed cost. So in solving this problem, first, we will find the net income bago natin isosolve yung contribution margin to get the total units or total number of valves na kailangan mabenta ng bowl department to get an ROI of 14%. So to get the net income, we have this formula. ROI is equal to net income divided by average operating assets. Since both ROI and average operating assets are given, we can derive this formula to net income is equal to the ROI times average operating assets. So we have an ROI of 14% multiplied by 700,000 pesos na average operating assets. We have net income of 98,000 pesos. So next step is to solve for the contribution margin para makuha natin yung number of units. So sales, ito yung formula natin. Sales less variable cost is equal to contribution margin less fixed cost and net income. So yung contribution margin is 5 minus 3. We have 2 pesos per unit. So combining these two, the fixed cost and the net income, we have 2 pesos per unit is equal to 560,000. Itong 560,000, yan yung total contribution margin natin. And divide the total contribution margin by the contribution margin per unit na 2 pesos. We have the number of valves that need to be sold by the bowl company to get an ROI of 14% na 280,000 valves. For the second problem, we have the Virgo Corporation. Virgo Corporation recorded for the past year sales of 750,000 dollars and average operating assets of $375,000. What is the margin that Virgo Corporation needed to earn in order to achieve an ROI of 15%? So from this, we have the following given: sales of 750,000, average operating assets of 375, and an ROI of 15%. So remember that ROI is equal to margin multiplied by the turnover. And so here, isosolve muna natin yung turnover para makuha natin yung margin. So the solution goes like this. Turnover, kasi hanapin muna natin yung turnover, diba, is equal to sales divided by average operating assets. Both are given in the problem. So sales is equal to 750,000 divided by the operating assets of 375. We have a turnover of 2 times. Now, getting the margin, we have this formula again. So margin is equal to ROI divided by the turnover. Both are now given, or yung isa is na-solve natin. So we have 15% divided by 2. We have 7.50% margin. The third problem is Western Corporation or company. Western Company's sales last year totaled $150,000 and its return on investment was 12%. If the company's turnover was 3, then its net income for the year must have been, so we will find the net income. We have the sales $150, 12% ROI, and 3 times turnover. So we'll find the net income. So remember, yung formula ng ROI natin is margin times turnover. yung ROI, meron na tayong ROI and meron din tayong turnover. Margin, the formula for margin is net income divided by sales. We have sales, and from this formula, we will get margin. So we will solve for the margin bago natin makuha yung net income. So for the solution, we have, first is yung, hahanapin muna natin yung margin, di ba? So margin is equal to ROI divided by turnover. ROI of 12% divided by turnover of 3. Ito given to sa problem, we have margin of 4%. And then for the net income, we have this formula for the margin. Net income divided by sales. I-derive mo yan. We have net income is equal to margin multiplied by sales. We have net income is equal to margin of 4% multiplied by 150,000 sales. We have net income of 6,000 pesos. So that would be all for this video. Thank you very much for listening.